Hi, guys. Welcome back to Marantz Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. This is the live stream for the Dizzy and Marantz show via Twitter. If you guys do not follow on Twitter, it's scrolling across the bottom of my screen right now. You can log in. Dizzy will be live in a minute. This is her show. I'm the guest host, and I put it up on YouTube so you guys can watch it if you'd like to. Additionally, we're going to be giving away some NFTs today via the show. You guys know who Dizzy is. We've been in these calls plenty of times. Dizzy is a great voice for GameStop and creators and artists on the Twitter Spaces platform. Her and I have been partnered up for a while, and we're going to go over some hot topics. You can join the conversation, so more so than just you guys typing in the chat all the time. You guys can join the Spaces call, and we'll pull you up to speak if you'd like to. Please keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it awesome. Here's a new NFT I just got in my book. I have no idea what this is. Worth 83 cents a piece, bro. It's a song. Shout out to Percival, who sent this to me. This is a song on the marketplace. There's 5,000 available. It's from the creator Waffles, the Good Boy. I'm not going to play it live on the stream only because I can't, essentially. So I got to give Waffles Good Boy a shout out when I do it. I already follow him. Okay, cool. So I have those songs. We're going to give those away. I don't know if we're going to give them away today. I always have to plan out my giveaways. I got to figure it out. But just to give everyone a chance, plenty of people. So let me see when the Spaces call goes live. Is it live yet? Not yet. But it's coming. It is 2 o'clock. She's pretty punctual, as I would put it. But thank you guys for coming back. A couple of you guys. Good afternoon, millionaires. Yeah, it's a good day. Great day. What's up with the 75% off exchange today? Sketchy. Yeah, I didn't get to see what it was. Well, I don't check out like what's OTC. I don't check out what's dark pool. I don't check anything like that. So I was actually on the phone with Fidelity this afternoon. Thanks to Y2. If you guys know, Y2's been in the channel for a long time. And Y2 reached out to me in DM, and he says, "Hey, Marantz, let's do this. Let's get you." And there's God. You know how many calls are going on right now? Spaces calls. Dizzy picked a great time to do one. Everyone's battling, so these guys are doing a show. They're doing a show. I mean, we don't care. He's doing an interview with D Revolutions. Good for him. D Revolutions are my guys. You guys know that very well. Good ass dudes. Still waiting on Dizzy. Hopefully she goes live. If not, I'm going to have to go live on my own. But it'll happen. I'll give her time to set it all up. For me, personally, I'm just looking at the stock, having a good time. That's it. Where is my thing? Right here. I wonder if I'm on... am I mute on that end? Oh, there we go. Cool. Won't be too loud. If you guys hear some birds or stuff in the background, it's because I'm playing video games right now. You can't see it, but I plan on playing video games while other shit's going live. Because, unless you guys want to watch that, you guys can. You guys can watch that screen too. But I'm waiting for Dizzy. It's cool. There it is. All right, so I'm in. All right. Reconnecting. Okay. So my connection's reconnecting, which I've never had happen before. But I can leave and then join back in. There it is. Let's see if that works. That's perfect. Request. Let's see if this works. Okay, now that's it. She's trying to get me banned. It's cool.
Let's get it going.
As long as you're having a party, I'm good with that, Diz.
Hey, Marantz.
How you doing? I saw like 4 other Spaces calls going on right now, and I was like, nah, I already talked to these guys. I'm good. But I have you live on YouTube at the moment, so you got to give me a second. I don't know what kind of European music this is for Disney, but I'm here. What is happening? Nothing's happening, my man. We're doing fine. Stock's going great. And this is a Twitter Spaces call, guys. Dizzy's here. Myself is here. I see plenty of other people here. Goofy's here. What's up, GG? Windy, thank you for showing up. Black Swan, that's a different Windy.
Pacing around waiting for Marantz to unmute.
Oh my God, I'm over here talking on my YouTube part. But hey guys, I was actually doing a whole intro right now. This is crazy. All right guys, I'm here. Sorry. Is that good porn music with the long socks on? You know, I don't know. As long as the GameStop socks on, I'm good. Thank you guys so much for that. Hey Diz, on the giveaways that we're gonna do today, I'm going to go down the list to see who did actually retweet the retweets. That's how I make you eligible on my end. I don't know how you're doing on your end. I mean, I really don't care. But it's the I'm giving away the Mario Brother one. If you guys saw it, I had got this free NFT. By the way, shout out to Percival. I don't know if Percival's going to show up today, but Percival went ahead and gifted the channel 4 of the music NFTs that we have for the Waffle. Waffle's that good boy. And there's 4 music NFTs that will be given away on the channel, and he gave that. So maybe I'll give one right now. It's called Breakhold, and I'll put that down right here. Breakhold NFT. And anyone in the chat right now and or on the Spaces call, if you guys come up and be a speaker, that you can ask questions. Additionally, I'll pick someone out of this crew to give it to, depending on who retweeted the tweet earlier. If you didn't retweet the tweet that Disney put out, well, now I want to fight. But Stoned Shadow Mario is the one. Wizard sent it to me. MK1 Wizards. I don't know if he sent it to me. I think he did, but that's the one we're giving away. It's a Mario Brothers. Mario, he has a pipe and he's stoned. I'm showing it right now on YouTube. If you guys want to look at it, you can. But other than that, that's what's happening. So we're giving that away. Anyone else have no sound? No, we all have sound. What are they talking about? Perfect sound. All right, so welcome back to the Dizzy and Marantz show, guys. Welcome to it. We're going to talk about numerous activities and things that are going on in the market right now. As you guys know, it's earnings seasons right now, this second half of the day for most of these days, whether it be AMC on Thursday, you have Airbnb today, you also have, I believe it was Robinhood, PayPal, and numerous other ones that came out this afternoon. People are trying to get some info on them. Whatever blue chip you guys want to invest in, I welcome you to it. You know what I'm invested in. It's GameStop 100% for me. But Robinhood was a big eyesore for a lot of people. Dizzy, if you saw, Robinhood is currently going to lay off 23% of their employees. They actually lost 4 million subscribers from last January to now. They are down 4 million subscribers, which is a great number for anyone who doesn't like Robinhood, which I don't like Vlad, so it's just personal.
Wow, that boy from Bulgaria really dropped the ball.
Well, he didn't, because he's actually worth $1 billion. From what I read, he made like $300 million himself, and then his assets, his company that he's worth. You know, you could sell Robinhood for $1 billion. I'm sure you can. I mean, I'm sure somebody wants to buy up 14 million users, but it's just, you know what it is? It's when you lose trust in a company, when the public loses trust in you, you're blackballed. Period. I don't care who you are. If you've ever had a car that it gets recalled and the manufacturers lose money on that point. If there was ever like the Tide Pods, when they started killing kids and trying to eat them in the Tide Pod Challenge, things can give you this negative feel towards the company and you'll never recover. It can happen instantly. And in this case, it's warranted on Robinhood. It's a bad business model. These guys help out. They help rob you of your money, I promise you. And why? Because they don't educate you. You literally can buy options 2 clicks in. And I'm not exaggerating here. I mean, I was in there and I was like, wow, these guys let you do anything. My Fidelity account's been around for a while, but you got to go through disclaimer after disclaimer to do it there. And another thing they'll give you margin like crazy, and they'll let you get wild, get wet, but I choose not to. But that's, Robinhood, 23% of layoffs in a climate where you would anticipate us bouncing. Right now, is this the bounce, though? That's my next question. And if you want to pull up speakers, you can. I know they're here. But if this is the bounce for the market, remember, the month of July was a bounce back month for having a down market. You had 2 consecutive quarters where GDP growth is negative. That would tell you it's a recession. But there's 2 factors there that tell you it's not a recession. I don't know if you know these factors, Dizzy. One is champagne. Whenever champagne, I was reading all this right now before we came on. Whenever champagne sales decline, that means we're in a recession. At least that's what it's been on the trend line. And then the last one is men's underwear. I had no idea. I had no idea that men's underwear was like the place where people actually cut their losses. But I know for me, like as a matter of fact, I won't spend $1 on myself. My wife buys my underwear. No, and I'm sorry for this if it's TMI, but guys, I don't buy any because I can rock it underwear with holes in them. I'm sure all you guys can, because that's just what the hell you do when you're diamond handing these GameStop shares. I don't think people understand. I'll do this every day of the week. And if you want to get them clean, just turn them inside out. I bet it works too. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself here. I don't know.
Probably.
All right, my bad, bros.
Amazon? How about Amazon laying off 100,000 employees?
So I made this comment about 3 months ago when we did, Best Buy earnings. And I said, if someone's losing, right, because they're all losing. Amazon's losing. Best Buy's losing. If you're looking at the financials, someone's winning. And you tell me who's winning. Who does it? They don't want you to know. They don't even want you to look at it that way. And I use those three measuring sticks whenever you're looking at companies. I use, it's called the warranties that the employees sell. You also have memberships that the employees sell. And then you have gift cards that have not been redeemed. And people don't understand those three categories, but why they're so valuable is you can really, those are the indicators that tell you whether or not a company is doing it from the ground up. You know, from those employees in the shop, are they upselling? Are they selling, a warranty? A warranty sales, that actually helps you out because half the time people don't even utilize the warranty, but it's in case shit happens. But if you're selling them and you have an increase in them, that's great. But if you saw Best Buy's numbers, they had a decrease in all three categories. Where on the counter side, GameStop had an increase in all three categories. So pushing out a credit card is one thing. You got to be able to do it all fold. You got to be able to sell the warranty, sell the cash cards, the gift cards to members so that they can get someone else in that store to shop. And that's exactly what GameStop's doing. So I knew that Best Buy was losing, and now you see Amazon losing. When Amazon loses 100,000 employees, it says a lot. I know I've seen companies throughout my tenure with retail and e-commerce that have been willing to take losses before they ever admit that they lost. So if you understand what I mean by that, they would rather pay the money to stay where they're at and lose and not show weakness than actually admit defeat. So now you're at the point where Amazon's not willing to do that. They're willing to cut 100,000 people dead weight. GameStop did that by cutting 20% of the new hires and existing, professionals, but they got nimble, they got agile, and what does that mean? Profitable. So I expect GameStop to be profitable within the next 3 quarters. And with that being said, remember that our price point that we're looking for is $48, guys. Write it down somewhere. Put it up on a banner. I don't care. If you guys don't understand the way MOAS happens, the way, and I don't even want to use the term MOAS, but if you guys don't understand the way this function happens for GameStop as far as going up in price and getting a true price discovery from Wall Street, you need $48. $48 gives you $14.6 billion market cap, and that in turn gives you an S&P 500 introduction, and you'll let me know what will happen to the stock at that point. It'll be mutual funds getting in, any index funds that trade off that index, mandatory buy-ins essentially, and if you thought this was a problem now with this 3-to-1, 4-to-1 split, divvy split that everyone's apparently having problems with and having heart attacks, it's going to get a lot worse moving forward. So I'm excited for it, and I want to see it happen. But let's get to $48, and then you'll see when I start, dancing in my chair. But that's where I'm at right now. How do you feel about that possibility, Diz?
You know what's funny is anytime someone is saying these post-split numbers, I'm always having to multiply them by 4.
Okay, 192. 192. 192 is where you want to be. I'll do it for you. I can do the math. I'm not that good at math. I tell everybody. Did you post
I always need a calculator.
Did you post the stream? Because I need to retweet it or whatever it is. I don't know how to do that stuff. Oh, I can just tweet it out direct from here, right? Let me see.
Yeah, with the.
Well, I'm on my PC. I'm on my phone. I'm everywhere. So, I apologize. And welcome Pep to the chat. I see Peppered with Salt here. Pep, my man, a great artist, making crazy NFTs. Has a great collection that he sent out. It's called the AMC memes. I love it. AMC's going to pounce coming up. So don't forget, guys, you guys can ask to get pulled up. We will pull you up. We'll talk it out if you guys have a question. I see Kev's here. What's going on, Kev?
Yeah, I think that number is very reasonable of 48.
There you go.
Within the next 6 months for sure. If you remember some of the great climbs over time, it's an easy one, I think.
Yeah, and that puts you in that S&P 500. And if you looked at Tesla and you saw the way it ran, this is the same playbook, essentially. A little different is this divvy split is destroying Germany, which I love, only because I'm trying to get them back for World War II. I'm not against anybody, though. I'm really not. I got to let that shit go. But, hey, guys, I'm telling you right now, PayPal's up 12% in the after hours. They actually came out with some good numbers. They made like $6 billion. What the hell? Airbnb's up, and you know what? It's only because they agreed to do a share buyback program of $2 billion. They're down, I'm sorry. They're down 6% in the after hours. But the insiders agreed to go ahead and buy back $2 billion of common A stock. That's going to help out any investor that's holding it right now. That means they believe in their company. I wonder when AMC or GME does a buyback program. I know they have it in their clause where they would do it. There's a clause there for it, but I just don't know if it's going to come out that way.
I don't think it's in the interest of GME to do a buyback right now.
Sounds great. I would love another 3-to-1 split off this number right now. Be honest with you. I'll see you next quarter. Let's do that shit. Let's really get this party started. I'll put our price down to about $12. It'd be super inviting for everyone. But I just laugh about it. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it makes me ponder. You know, next Wednesday, guys, the CPI is coming out, and the Consumer Price Index, you would anticipate it being over 9% because of what we're living through. But if it can get down below 9%, that means that we can have a reversal at this point on the whole market. I went to the gas station yesterday, and I know I reported this. The first time I saw $4.97 ever in California in the last year. I hadn't seen that number in a long time in California, and I was so excited. I was like, $4.97, shit. You know, if people can see lower prices at the gas pump, and I know they're not correlated to the current price in futures, in gas futures or oil futures, but what you will see is you will see people spend more money elsewhere if that gas price keeps coming down. It's just a positive reinforcement of what can happen for the second half of this year. What I was going back to on the SPY and on the markets itself is that they were down in June, and now they're up in July. And I know it's just a turnaround of 30 days, but August is really going to tell you if it's a breakout, a fake out, or if we're just going to keep this up for the next fiscal year. I think GameStop, I had somebody telling me GameStop's going to explode, right? Like everyone's like, oh, this month, this is the month, this is the month. It's always the month. It's always the day. Don't ever forget that. But if it were to happen, if it were just to go crazy and you get true price action on it, and you know what it is, and there's volume back on it, does the market go down after that? Well, it's kind of crazy because if it did, then we'd all be multimillionaires tenfold because I think a lot of us are smart investors now, more so than ever. Like I've always had a 401k. I've always had a TSP, a thrift savings plan. I've always had an IRA, but I never really paid attention to it the way I do these last 2.5 years. The way I've looked at my cryptocurrency earnings, my stock itself. I'm 100% in GameStop right now, and on those accounts. No, I still have a T. Rowe Price account that's floating, but I have a buddy of mine. He actually increased his T. Rowe Price account 20%, his input, just because the market's so rock bottom. And I was like, man, I think it'd go lower. But even right now, if you're buying in, I mean, we're finally learning the rules of what Warren Buffett been preaching. You buy the bottom, you hold. You buy the bottom, you enjoy the ride the whole way up. And I think that's what's happening here. I think we're going to have a whole ride up, and I think we're really early. But I'm happy to do it with you. Is that fair? I see DeSouza is here. What's up, brother? How you doing, Kev? You can speak, Kev. You got the mic, bro. Not Kevy Kev, but the other Kev. They are both named Kevin. Look at this. I know this. DeSouza's outside trying to do his skateboard tricks. I don't know if you guys saw this video. He's trying to do some skateboard trick that I can't do. Maybe he'll get on the mic in a little bit. But I've only been on a skateboard once. Dizzy, you ever done it?
Yeah, all that stuff is beyond me. I'm
bro,
kind of like a tied to the desk type of person.
Oh, so
yeah,
you mean
I should have done gymnastics, when I was younger, but yeah, I think I was, my parents were setting me up to be a corporate drone. What can you say?
Yeah, so basically you just got to come out and say you're unathletic, and I can handle that. Cool.
I'm really good at weightlifting.
Oh, there we go. Kev is here. I saw his mic go live. What's up, Kev?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
What up?
My
Twitter totally crashed on me.
Bro, it happens all the time for me. It just happens. So it's cool. I don't mind. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the party. What's going on, brother?
Not much. Just got back from took my kids over. Neighbor has a pool, and just let them play around in the pool for a little bit because it's getting close to the end of summer. So took a little break outside.
Summer's just starting over here where I'm at, man. I saw you outside practicing your skateboard ollie, whatever you were doing, and you couldn't do that where I live. I'm just letting you know. That's how hot it is. Like,
yeah, it's super hot there.
You will melt.
I'm looking at the temperature, and because my brother's coming back from Vegas today, he was on the way back.
Oh yeah.
I was like, just whatever you do, don't stop.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't stop this way. It's ridiculous. I think it hit 115 today, and that's a good day, man. But I'm telling you, you're out there trying that shit. It ain't gonna work. How's your project going, though? I've been looking at you. I know we did an airdrop. Congratulations to the people who won. 2 of my viewers won, bro. 2 of the followers of the channel. That was awesome for them. I thought Dane Slayer, I think he won, and someone else. I wasn't paying attention, but explain the airdrop to me.
Yeah, so I really wanted to thank and reward the people that are supporting the project and everything. And one of the ways I thought of doing it was to anyone that's holding the launch day logo, which I reduced the price on so that it's more easily accessible to people. So if you own that, then you have automatic entries to airdrops and giveaways that I'm doing for the project. So for this one, I announced on the Twitter page and also on the Discord that you just own one and then you are eligible. And I just went ahead and grabbed all the owners, took a snapshot, like I said, the night before, and then went ahead and verified it before sending out that they still had them, and that was the 10. I did a random picker so that it can't be biased or whatnot, and yeah, hopefully everyone likes them.
Yeah, you're not biased. I didn't get picked, bro. It's cool. No, it's all good. It's all good. But no, I'm happy. I'm happy that you got some R&R. I'm happy you got away. I'm happy that you're still buried in. I know that minting just opened up this week. Don't believe the FUD, guys. I was reading these headlines where everyone wanted to focus on the fact that GameStop had zero volume or minimal volume for weeks to come. And it was just like, are you joking? Minting was down. So you wouldn't see any new volume coming through. It's just people who are willing to diamond hand. With the price of Ethereum going up 60% since the launch, I would assume people would be diamond handing a lot of these pieces and not trade them back and forth just yet. So,
and creator applications are open again as well. So if you
awesome.
have been thinking of applying, it's open for you.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'm having trouble getting into the marketplace on my Chromebook today. Can get through on my phone fine. I'm not sure why the Chromebook is giving me some grief.
Yeah, so since it's in beta, not every operating system is going to be tested, and not every different scenario is going to be tested. So if you're running into certain situations where, hey, it works fine there and it doesn't work fine here, my suggestion would just stick with what works, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and then later down later down the road, once it gets closer to actual launch of the final product, then you're no longer in beta and it's more feature rich and stuff.
Awesome. I know that a lot of you creators were wondering what the new minting process is. I had just got a message from one of my buddies. Eventually he's going to get on this damn interview process that we're doing. He's got a good project going, but he was actually in direct contact with GameStop right now, saying the new minting process, the approval process, is going through. It's a problem. Now, it's not a problem, but they actually have safeguards in place. Now, these actual systems that they put in place are there to protect themselves and others It would be either from litigation or from nudity, from anything that's not family friendly. There's a lot of issues that GameStop's trying to corral. We were doing an interview yesterday with Snarkle, and she is a creator on the marketplace, and she said, she goes, "Hey, there's so much legality put into place. People don't understand how many lawyers are involved once these art pieces are put up, and you're going to see moving forward how GameStop navigates because trademark infringement, I would say improper pictures and artwork can be an issue. So they have these safeguards in place, and I think it's awesome. They just put them in this week, and additional steps. So that was just announced right now via Twitter. I was looking for the post that I think I retweeted.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean that's the thing, right? There is an auto mod that was in place, and it wasn't doing a sufficient job. So then they changed the process, and in the end, it is definitely for the better. For certain projects like my own, with a generative project, it's going to take a lot longer for them to go through and verify. But typically, it shouldn't be an issue for most people. And then in the scenario for, like, say, the Omox the Mad card that was quite a bit of controversy,
right?
Like that was something that the Gods and Chain team asked for, and there wasn't any impropriety in my actions towards wanting to share Omox the Mad with everyone else. The problem was I made a mistake in the verbiage, and honestly, if I had the ability to go and delete the entire thing myself, I would have done so. But it was, as a creator, I was not allowed to actually go and manage that sufficiently at that point. And as soon as I realized what was happening, the email to the team and everything over at GameStop was sent to please remove it and all of that information, and then the refunds would be taking place, and none of that would have happened, I think, if this was in place before. But that's something I took a misstep on, and I paid the price for it at the time.
Hey, D'Souza, sorry to interrupt, but what happened exactly? I think we might be missing context.
No, I'm not missing any context. But before he says that, I will say this part really quick because I know you're going to say this. We'll get to it. Is GameStop currently has NFTs that are under the suspended profile. So if you go ahead and look under any NFTs, like I'm looking at my screen right now. If you're looking at the part on YouTube, I have one. It's the whole series of what they call the cultists, Cyber Musk cultists. The NFT is currently unavailable for trading due to trade terms of service violations, blah, blah, blah. It says it's suspended. I have it, right? And what's it worth? Well, it was worth something to someone, but it's under Polyform Labs. That's one part of like how they're actually suspending what they put up. What D'Souza is saying is he put up something that some people were, and don't let me paraphrase this, D'Souza, was a copyrighted image or someone else's image. And even though he was asked to do it or had the ability to do it, the rights or the okay, it's just how you word it and how you let people know that you have that. Kind of like what we were talking about with the Pikachu. I have this Lightning Pikachu that I was handing out, and they were like, well, if he's ever tried to make money off of it, why are you posting it? I was like, well, what do you mean? It was given to me for free, and we give it away for free. It's not for money. No one's trying to gain anything from it. So it's just a fine line that people are going through. But right now, GameStop has those systems in place, those safeguard systems. And I'll let you elaborate on that, D'Souza. I'm not going to cut you off on that. But on this project itself that you have on the marketplace, go ahead.
Yeah, you said it. You said it pretty accurately. I mean, the reality of the situation is that, there's going to be other projects that will go through the same thing. And it's not, for me, I don't see it as the end of the world. Right. I see it as something that's obviously something I can grow from and learn from. And being relatively new to to the whole NFT and crypto space in comparison to some of the other projects that are out there. It was something that was kind of bound to happen, and it's still unfortunate that it did. But again, it's something that I don't see for Valhalla falling back because of it, because the goal is still the same, right?
Right. Dizzy, if you have the ability, can you pull up Blake Mead? I don't know if he wants to come chat, but he can. That's the creator that I'm currently talking about right now on my Twitter Spaces call. I just want to know, Blake, if you're out there, you don't have to come up if you want to, but Blake actually has his pieces minting right now, like 8 of them. He was dropping them, and I know he's in the approval process. So he's already a launch day creator. He's on there, period. But I want to know how long it's taking to get these pieces minted. That can affect the volume itself of the marketplace. But Blake Mead, guys, if you guys don't know, his art collection is the WDCO _ art. That's his name. He's in the chat right now. Obviously, shout out to the Lightning Warrior. What's up, brother? I see you there. Thanks for coming out and hanging out. We're going over the NFT marketplace. We're going over the whole market as itself. As you guys know, next Wednesday when the CPI comes out, if it's over 9%, that means that the consumer price index would tell you that there's fears that inflation is still here. And we know inflation's still here because my damn pockets are empty, right? I don't care. It's not that I'm broke or anything of that nature. I just don't feel comfortable spending money outside of the bare necessities. And the bare necessities are GameStop, no underwear, and GameStop. That's exactly the bare necessities. So I'll keep buying it, and you guys can figure out what you want to do. But the recessions are, as stated, whenever a new Oreo comes out, whenever champagne sales goes down, or no underwear for men, whenever that goes down, then you know you're in a recession. This is truth. I'm not making this shit up. This is Alan Greenspan type of information. But Blake Mead's here. What's going on, brother? How you doing, Blake? Guys, congratulations to Blake. He is a launch day creator, artist. I've asked to interview him numerous times, but our timelines don't match up. But Blake, you're here right now in a Spaces call, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I was driving across town where I live because I saw the chat or whatever this. I figured I'd take advantage of it and hop on. So.
I appreciate that, Blake. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So all the ones you referenced, the 8, they finally went through and got listed.
Okay.
But those didn't take as long because it was in the middle of the day. I think I submitted some last night to test and overnight. So.
Yeah, I have a picture of all of them. You have the game. Did the Game Boy go through?
The Creep Boy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went. 2 of those sold actually.
That's awesome. Yeah, those look sweet. I'm showing the whole crowd right now because you're live simultaneously. Not only are you on Twitter Spaces, you're also on YouTube right now because we actually show these streams or this Twitter Spaces call on YouTube. So people are watching your stuff right now. So this is Blake Mead. He goes under the name of CD. What is it? I forget right now. CDCO, right? Or WCDO. I'm so sorry. WDCO. I can't get the damn letters out, brother. What the hell? I might be high. No, it's WDCO _ art. And Blake is got some art out there on the marketplace, guys. You know we're supporters of this damn marketplace. How you doing, Blake?
I'm doing all right. I wish the volume was the same the first week of the market. That was insane and awesome, but it's still really great to be a part of this at the ground level.
Yeah, and you're going to get these residuals, right? You're going to get these royalty dollars passing back and forth as people trade off your artwork. Eventually, you could pop. I mean, you could pop any week to week. We've been watching your boy Nancy go crazy. We watched ETH Pilot go crazy one week, and then Cybercrew took over on the Metaboy spot. Ordinary Adam just dropped a new collab with Metaboy and Ordinary Adam together. That card is crazy. I don't know if you guys seen it, but there's so much to look forward to. But I'm going to break you down from the start to finish. Well, what got you into art?
That's all I've ever really known to do. I've been drawing ever since I've been able to hold a crayon, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's the best answer I can give you on that one.
Well, I'm going to ask it to you a different way then. What got you into the NFT space?
A friend of mine, we met at a pop-up shop last year, and I preached to him about GameStop, and he preached to me about crypto, and we became friends, and he initially tried to get me hooked up on OpenSea, but that was when to even list stuff for sale, it was insane prices that I couldn't afford.
Right, layer one, you just got to pay these crazy gas fees. I'm going to tell you something. So you're a GameStop investor before you ever did the marketplace, correct?
Correct.
So that is 22, Dizzy. Dizzy, that is 22 out of 23 of GameStop creators, the marketplace creators that we've talked to. 22 out of 23 that were GameStop investors before the marketplace ever went live. There's only one that was not, and I'll tell you who that was
That's
later.
incredible.
That means,
I
it drives
want to
it.
mention also this is without the IMX side fully onboarded either.
Oh, yeah.
And currently, IMX side is onboarding all of Yuga Labs, ApeCoin guys, and everything. So, ApeCoin's not worth quite as much as it used to be, but it's still worth a lot right now, and that's where everything gets really exciting.
So that's the DAO, right, for the gaming platform? Is that correct?
Yeah, the ApeCoin DAO.
ApeCoin DAO? Yeah, okay. So if you guys don't understand what D'Souza is saying, he's saying that IMX, that team over there, is adapting a whole new crew that's going to be coming over and connecting with GameStop eventually. And if you guys don't know all the terms and everything, you guys can go read a thesaurus or a dictionary or something, but I'm sure we're all high speed right now. We're learning as we go. And Blake Mead's helping us with that. Blake, young man, let me ask you, when did you apply for the marketplace?
I'll be honest, I'm really slow to get around to these things because I get in my own head. So I was later to apply, which is why I didn't get access until the second day of launch.
That's cool. You're still beta, brother. You're still beta. You're still there.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud about it because I know a lot of people couldn't get in, unfortunately. So the fact that somebody within the company saw some worth in what I submitted, that felt pretty good. So
yeah, you've been walking around. Have you been? Does the world know that you're the guy who makes the creeps?
I try. I'm trying.
I love this collection. I love it.
I'm showing it right now. So there's In the Weeds. If you guys don't know, I'm showing the whole world right now on YouTube. In the Weeds, there's 230 NFTs available out there, guys. These have been around from day 2 of the marketplace launch. And then his new collection that he just uploaded, brand spanking new, we talked about it. He says, Marantz, I don't want to do an interview till I have something to drop. I said, no worries, brother. You drop whatever you got to drop. So these creeps, these guys are pretty hardcore. Is it just you on the program, or do you have somebody partnered up with you? Is someone helping you on this collection?
No, I do everything by myself.
Shit, man. That's a lot of work.
I'm trying to set up a Discord by myself. Yeah.
I hear you.
People in my area, there's no NFT, no agencies have ever dealt with an NFT project. There's not a lot of, there's not very many people in Lexington, Kentucky, it seems, that are even familiar with this whole situation. So I'm just kind of in a desert over here.
Yeah, Kentucky. Isn't that where, what's that rapper? What's that rapper from out there?
Oh, Jack Harlow.
There you go. Get his ass on the NFT space. I'm sure he'll love your stuff.
Hey, Blake, do you use Adobe Illustrator or Figma? What do you use to make your illustrations? The vectors are very clean.
So those are not vectors, actually. Those are JPEGs created from basically a Photoshop file, but I use Procreate.
Oh, love Procreate.
And before I bring them into Procreate, I draw them with a pencil and acrylic markers in a sketchbook. So everything's really just done traditionally because I don't. The In the Weeds collection, that was my experiment with something generated, and I didn't enjoy it very much. So, and the response to the hand drawn stuff has just been way better. People really connect with it more, and it just resonates with a bigger crowd.
Yeah, I like Randy. Randy's legit, and I like Creep Boy. That guy's the shit. I'm checking him out. Man, you got great stuff. People are saying it right now in the chat, so I appreciate that. This is on the YouTube side, not on the Twitter side. You're like, no one's saying shit right now. No, they all are. So this guy just said, beautiful artwork, looks great. People don't understand how much time you guys put in, Blake. And I've had this conversation with D'Souza. He's in the chat as well. For you marketplace creators that are trying to meet demand, somewhere in the middle of the road, right? So like you want to upload in the middle of the night, or you want to upload every day. But do you really review the work, as tedious as we do before we ever post? Or do you just say, I got to get this up there? Or are you just trying to smash product up there? You're gonna answer that the right way. I know you are.
It's a mixture of both because after the initial, when I let's see, it was Wednesday a couple weeks ago when the marketplace launched. I had them out already illustrated and ready to go, and so I was with a friend of mine. I uploaded them. We were like, hey, let's see what happens. Before I could finish pricing them, my wallet just the sales just kept pouring in, and it blew my mind. And so then that put pressure on me to try to. I was like, well, wow, I really have to finish this now because people it kicked off way better than I thought it would. So it's a mixture of both. I'm trying to let the pressure guide me a little bit, but also still be picky like I like to be.
Let me tell you, you've been live since 7/11, okay, 7/12 on the time frame, and you've pushed out 13 ETH, somewhere around that range on total volume. If people don't understand, and for an artist, and I always say a starving artist, because people don't get paid for their art naturally. GameStop's itched out this whole creative process for creators, and they're willing to give you royalties. So no matter what people do to them, no matter what price you put them at, Blake, I'm just telling you, the more people transfer them back and forth to each other for a lifetime, you're going to get something out of it. So kudos to you, man. You have good artwork. I think you're doing great. I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. I know you're under the spotlight right now on the Twitter Spaces call, so I apologize. But I'm going to end up clipping out this whole interview for you, and I'll put it part of the collection. My next question is this, Blake. When you did get accepted, what the hell did you do?
My initial thought was, that's pretty cool. I was trying to keep my expectations tempered, I guess.
Okay.
Because getting accepted was just the first part. The real challenge came delivering and making something, and having it be successful. And maybe to make the project in the long term. I really had no idea what to expect.
Right.
So I tend to not. I try not to let myself too over the moon.
There you go.
Till I see some results, I guess.
All right. Well, I'm down with that. You still holding? You're breaking up, but it's okay.
No.
Well, Blake obviously got in the car and he started driving. So I apologize, guys. He's still a good-ass dude.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Blake. What's going on?
Awesome.
You're off and in. You're in and out. No, it's okay. You're in and out. But if you want to come back, I'm down. You can always come right back if you have to disconnect. Twitter has a terrible connection. Not as good as Discord. Not as good as just a cell phone itself. But you know how to get a hold of me if you want to come back. Or us, I should say. Dizzy's always around. She's the real artist around here. And I don't mean like artsy, but she knows about all the art programs. So it's cool. You want to pull up Kevin? Or Captain? You can pull up Sven.
Say what now?
Oh, now I hear you good. Holy shit. There you go. Clear as can be. Yeah, so are you still holding your shares?
Yeah, I finally made my first DRS transfer too.
There you go. So I'm actually in the middle of it right now. I'm actually talking to Fidelity. I'm trying to, I only have 40 shares, brother. They split 5-1, 4-1, whatever it was. I only had 10. These are all jokes, by the way. But I really am trying to send some over. And they didn't want to do it over the little chat thing that I was doing. I was like, hey, man, I want to send like 250. And they're like, no. I was like, okay, I'll call you. Because I don't know what the hell's going on with DRS right now. One of my buddies could do it any time, no problem. But they want to give me hell. So I'll do my best. I'm trying to catch up to you guys on the whole DRS front. But as far as the marketplace front goes, Blake, I'm happy for you, man. I'm proud of you. I think everyone will be if you are excited as we are. Because we want this thing to go to the moon. We want you to be a millionaire tomorrow. We want all the volume in the world to come in, but it's going to take time. So you're here. Yeah, go ahead.
GameStop, by the way.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
So before the listed the stuff on the marketplace, I was literally down to living day to day, money wise.
Yeah.
And so then all that money came in, and it was honestly a big emotional. GameStop saved my life basically this year.
Fuck yeah.
Financially.
That's incredible.
I love it.
Yeah, it was a very emotional day. I cried. I cried really hard.
Hell yeah, man. I'm about to cry right now. You don't know how happy I get. I get so excited whenever I hear GameStop changed my life. Like, I talked to Ordinary Adam, right? The very first day out of the gate, I talked to Ordinary Adam. He's one of my first interviews. And I go, hey, Adam, tell me the truth, man. Like, what's going through your head? He's like, bro, my mom died like 4 years ago. I had so much debt. We pulled out some, we off-ramped some, we paid off all our debt, and my girlfriend and I are now looking for a house. Like, my fiance and I are looking for a place to live. And that was like one day into the marketplace. Like, that's how good of a feeling he had going. And it was paying people's, rent and stuff. We do giveaways on the channel. I don't know if you're familiar, Blake, but everything we get, we don't keep. We give it away. Like right now, today, Dizzy and I are giving away 2 pieces tonight. And we literally give away any pieces we have. We had like Meta Boy Mondays for like 3 Mondays in a row. And it was to the point where people were getting the Meta Boys, selling them and paying their bills. Or people were getting the Ordinary Adams, selling them and paying a bill or two. And that's the way these creators are helping this marketplace function. And it's all of us. And people are wondering, like, how do we still have money for NFTs? And how do we still have money when we're all tapped out on stock itself? Because we're not. We're cutting out, like I said, you're cutting out champagne, you're cutting out underwear, you're cutting out anything you don't need. And that's the way we're living our lives. It's diamond hand, essentially. I'm diamond handing my shares. And what allows me to do that and not sell is by cutting out the excess. I don't have cable right now, guys. And I'm the biggest sports fan in the world, but I don't give a shit. I'm the biggest GameStop fan in the world, and I don't need to watch football. I'll read it in the headlines. I'll see it in the updates or whatever it may be. And, it's just the way I'm going to do my life right now until I don't. So I'm happy to be a millionaire right there with you, Blake. We're almost there, brother. Keep your head up. You're doing great things. I love your artwork. I'm going to get around to the chat. We have a lot more people here. I'm not going to just cut you off that way. You can hang out with me anytime. But shout out to you, sir, and thank you for coming through. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, I'll hit you up. I had to hop off anyway, so I'll hit you up to.
Yeah, we'll do the YouTube thing. Yeah, we'll do the YouTube thing whenever you're ready. But I can call this the interview as well. But you're always welcome to do a drop. I'll always retweet your tweet. I'll always push it out for free. I don't want anything. You don't need to give anything. It's not that way. We support this movement. We support this platform. I'm just tired of these guys asking to collab based off of they're going to give you something or pay this to retweet or do this for the. I hate it, dude. I want to kill everybody on that front. But I'm with you. Send your shit. I'll retweet it.
Blake, before you go, I just wanted to say just how much I love the Creeps collection and your color choices. I like that you kept it a limited but neon color palette and the way you're kind of showing the lighting. Right, and
that's
how
cool.
the it's like the highlight is mustard, but then the shadows are like some kind of cyan and like electric blue and like all of these details. I absolutely love them, and I think it's so difficult to show something simple, right? I think a lot of people are kind of taking the easy way out. And making art overly complex, but when you can really narrow it down and make it into these like very solid and particular shapes, and it's just so much more impactful than some other art that I'm seeing lately. And just really love your work, man. Great job, and I'm so glad you're on the marketplace. Really bringing up the quality of everything.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. I think you just made me blush.
There you go. I can see it through the phone. You're doing good there. Hey, Blake, Taffy looks cute. Taffy looks cute. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all. Love all of you guys. You guys have been amazing.
Yeah, it's only going to get better, brother. You're only 3 weeks in.
Well, I'm in it for the long haul, so you guys keep at it. I'll keep at it, and I'll see you guys soon, okay?
Thank you very much, Blake. Appreciate your time.
All right.
Thanks, Blake.
All right, guys. There's a launch day creator. That is Blake. Blake Mead. He has his collection called The Creeps. If you guys want to look it up, it's there. He also has some other collections in there. But he's a good-ass dude, and I mean that because he has a good ass. Yes? I don't know. But I always call the guys good-ass dudes. He had this whole collection here where it was, like he showed you, he wasn't proud of this work, but it was one that was getting through ETH-wise. He was making sales here. But this work here is just a template that's copied over and over 1,000 times with different coloration. That one didn't speak to me, but the Creeps did, and that's why I wanted him on the chat. Additionally, he has 40 Creeps coming, so he's got the complete set coming to you. He's uploading as we speak. He had posted to me yesterday. Say, I'm uploading these. I'll get to you. Because he'd been wanting to come through, and I'm happy he did. So there you go. Enjoy.
Marantz, one thing about the GameStop marketplace that's, I think, amazing for artists, like in this era, right? When you think about a few years ago, now me having an art background, like I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in graphic design, and just knowing where the industry's been and how things have been for fine artists as well as, digital artists, those markets over the past few years were so saturated. It was really difficult for someone new to enter these industries as an illustrator and really make it. So, kind of everybody fighting over getting into editorial illustration, for example, for like the New York Times or something like that.
Yeah.
What would happen a lot is, illustrators would try to get these very specific illustration reps, try to get in the door with these very specific people who then they're like the middlemen who kind of, sell those specific illustrators' works to like all these big publications or whatever it may be. But now with NFTs and this whole new market, there's room for newcomers. It's not just illustration celebrities anymore.
So think about it like this, Diz, because you come from that world. And I come from the world on the reverse side, right? So before I ever did what I do now, I was in recruitment advertising. And so that was print and online publications. And what you would do is you would get an ad that you want to put together. And instead of having like an illustration artist that you would have upstairs for like the comic room or whatever, doesn't matter, you would have graphic design artists. And those were what artists had to resort to. They had to be graphic design artists because that's the only place you could get paid. Right, so you're going to build an ad, and you're going to this ad campaign you build is based off of your illustration, yes, but it's more just colors and like pizzazz. Like it's going to come out at you, hit you on the page. You're like, wow, that really jumps out at me. But it's illustration on a different front. This actually caters to the creative side of people, and I would tell you this is more along the lines of you go down to street art and or the swap meet where people are trying to sell their stuff out the trunk. And you're like, I'm not going to pay for that art. It's not worth anything. Or is that an illustrator? You don't even know where it's coming from. You don't know if it's copyright infringement. You don't know if it's just someone else's work. And in this case, GameStop has put a price, a creator peak to it, and you can literally tag it and own it forever. So I think it is an outlet for a creative outlet for some people. I know that growing up, I was in Savannah, Georgia at the time. Excuse me. And I was 21 years old. And when I was there, I was 22, I think, 22, 23, somewhere in that range. And I had a whole bunch of buddies that were young age. We're all in the same bowling league. And I was like, what do you guys do? And they're like, we go to SCAD. And I was like, what's SCAD? And they're like, oh, it's the Harvard for art schools. It's Savannah College Art and Design. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, we're like a feeder school for Pixar and for DreamWorks. If you're into digital artwork and that animation process, this is where you go. You go to SCAD. And I was like, okay. So I go to some of their, we would all hang out and we would like in their loft or whatever they're at, and they would show me like their artwork, and they were full on making illustrations of like cartoons that you would see, but they're like, how do I get this bot? Like, how do I make this? How does this make me money? And now I can see a complete drop off from the studio type artist willing to take a chance on their project right here on this open marketplace. And there are some people that snuck in on this marketplace that probably don't have the abilities of others. And I get that. That's why other people want to do Loop Ring Exchange and OpenSea and everything else that they're doing. But the projects themselves, if you believe in the technology that is blockchain and why people want to be on the blockchain, there's two folds there. It's, do you understand the benefit of it? And two, how does it actually cater to you? Like to me and my investments, it caters to me because GameStop's willing to invest in it. There's some real crafty people at GameStop. For them to come this way, this far, produce a wallet that's interchangeable, a wallet that's accessible, a wallet that needs to be adopted by the masses. That's what you have right now. So what do? We go day by day, step by step, get people out of their comfort zone and have them download it. And there's people behind the power curve on this. Just like I'm behind the power curve on DRSing my shares. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just I don't feel comfortable doing it. I haven't done it before. I'm such a traditionalist. I only invest this way. I only use this company, that company. I'm the same way. I'm at a fault to my own. So when it comes to this marketplace and art in general, I think this is the creative outlet that people have been looking for a long time. Two, I think it gives them the access to adapt to the new frontier, which is Web 3.0. So once we understand it and it's just not word salad and it's just not there for you, I think that you and I are going to be happily invested in the company we're with. But for what you do for a living and what I do for a living, it's a mesh of both worlds. That's why I tell you we're the odd couple. Shit, bro. It works out. But I hope you understand where I'm coming from.
As I said before, real recognizes real.
Yeah, I got you.
Doesn't matter backgrounds or whatever. I feel like our work these days is kind of similar, almost. I want to say, but yeah, not to dox each other.
No, I know.
I want to say a quick welcome to T-Tron, as well as Always Sad but Truthful. Love your work, Always Sad, and then love your channel, T-Tron. So everybody follow T-Tron, who's like a fledgling new YouTuber on GameStop. Really cool videos. It's just wonderful to have all these lovely folks in here. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Can you guys hear me?
Hey, is it T-Tron or Tetron?
It's Tetron.
I thought so. I got it. I got it.
Yeah, you're good, man.
I got it, bro. I won that battle.
I was copying Marantz. I blame Marantz.
I've said Tetron from the start.
Okay, well now I blame myself.
Thank you. Hey, Tetron, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on up. If you guys don't know, I will give you a proper introduction right now. Tetron is an avid GameStop investor. He's one of those guys who's always in the think tank. Whenever you watch his videos, you'll understand he's constantly thinking about it like you and I are. He developed his own space. He has his own channel on YouTube, so feel free to go give him a view, give him a listen, and he brainstorms right there on the spot, which is fine. Getting the theories out there, it helps mental, right, with our mental conscience. I see Jay Brown in the chat, and of course, Always Sad but Truthful. Ray, how you doing, brother? Shit, I just want to say hi to Ray, but he'll speak in a minute. But Tetron, tell me what's going on, bro. What's good with you?
Not much. I just uploaded, and then I'm actually. You guys can hear me, right?
Absolutely.
Twitter space stuff.
No, we can hear you clear as day.
Sweet. So I'm actually looking at the Meta Boys right now. I think I might grab this Rockstar Meta Boy. It's pretty cool.
Oh, you got that kind of money laying around? No, I'm sorry.
Well, no. Honestly, this will be. I mean, take it for what you will, but this would be my first NFT purchase on the marketplace. So I've just been kind of collecting and with what everyone's been making, but this is my first purchase on the marketplace. So I feel like it's time.
That's awesome. One of my first NFTs were the two you sent me. So I still have them.
Oh, I'm glad.
I have not given them away. I still have them. There are giveaways later on when you become big and famous, and we're all following you. So I appreciate you, man.
That beach one, I'm going to try and recreate that. I'm going to Rehoboth Beach in Delaware in a few weeks. So try to recreate that with my cousins.
Sounds good. I was wondering who those lemmings were. I know you're dragging around two dudes with you about GameStop. Let me ask you, man, since you think about GameStop all day like the rest of us, what kind of changes has it made for you, like in life in general? What do you do different today that you didn't do 2 years ago?
I would definitely say, just kind of my perspective on the market, just I've always kind of YOLO'd options and stuff like that. I was definitely low-key a Wall Street bets guy.
Oh, no.
In college and stuff. I don't know if I've even mentioned this, but I actually just finished college back in December.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. But just a few months before that, I really just obviously when everything happened, I started reading into everything. I was at first I thought oh, GameStop's done. And then my one friend actually, I really have to get him on my channel one day. He was the first person that really told me about it. For everything that happened in January, he's oh, dude, it's going to be crazy. And I was what are you talking about? And then, actually, I just grabbed the YOLO option because I was crazy at that time. And I made a lot, and I was oh, my goodness. And so I was doing all kinds of YOLOs. Wasn't doing well. And then I realized, and I was reading more about it, and I was I should just go shares. And from there, I went shares.
Hey, at least you're honest about it.
Yeah, no, I've definitely, a lot of people maybe, and it's just kind of the whole thing is diamond hands, and it's it's a learning experience where I feel I really learned the diamond hands meaning through a company I believe in, whereas in the past I was always oh well, this percentage here, oh maybe I could scalp something there, and it's just always rushing to the next thing. I'm just trying to avoid that now.
No, I avoid all that at the case. But when I said at least you're honest with it, I was talking about you having one friend. But yeah, I got you, bro. No, I'm all full of jokes here, man. That's what I do, right? I don't know if you ever stuck around for the live stream, but no, I've seen you in there before. I just don't know how long you watch. But we've been having fun with this movement for a long time, and I'm happy that you're along for the ride. I'll ask you a couple of different questions, Tetron, because now that I know that you were an options guy before, and now you're shares only. Are you shares only, or are you still doing that option? I mean, I'm just curious.
I have to be honest. I don't want to like disclose which option, but I do have a YOLO option out there with a far expiry that I'm just kind of letting ride. But everything else is shares.
Oh, that's cool.
So like, I guess it is still a little bit in me, but like, put it this way, like that option is totally irrelevant. Like, I don't care what happens with it because my share position is going to be by far the make or break.
You know what's up. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Hey,
yeah,
congrats to you.
Keep it honest, you know?
Yeah, no, congrats to you and your channel. You're mighty close to getting monetized. I believe you need about 250 more subscribers. So if anyone in this chat right now can shoot out to Tetron's channel on YouTube, feel free. He needs the support. He's an up-and-coming guy.
Thank you, Marantz.
You know, brother, you got to build ladders to get up your own. Just remember that, okay?
And you get I really appreciate like you guys. Like,
if I can throw that left-hand opinion out,
yeah,
I feel like two sides to the community when it comes to what is going on.
Hey, hold on, guys. This is Ray, Always Sad but Truthful. He is a launch day creator. He's an artist. He's been in the Twitter Spaces calls from day one. He's a GameStop avid investor. Oh, what a good ass dude! Literally, good ass dude. What's up, Ray?
Man, this is honestly a good time. I'm glad you're here because it's valid. Your opinion is so valid. How do you define value, Marantz? If I ask, what is value?
Value as in, like for me?
Anything.
Personally, yeah.
What is value?
Happiness. If I can be happy with what I have and with what I do, then that brings value to me. That's it, personally.
Right. Happiness is a choice. It has no...
What a good point.
Prerequisites, right? Like you can choose to be happy, you can choose to be mad, you can choose to be anything.
Sure.
So you can choose to be happy and base it on gratitude. It's really easy to do so. But the reason I ask is value seems to be very subjective. And what I've learned is that there are a lot of people that with everything going on, they have their stock positions and, everybody's around for various amounts of reasons. But that they're looking at people's artworks like they are another thing to be used for profit in a way. And are smart ways to always buy something at proper times. And if it's really valuable, then yeah, people value by currency most of the time. But as somebody that makes art for art's value, it's really interesting to want to discuss the actual differences of opinion and what value can be, what value perceived as is, and like how to actually project the difference. Because I feel like not every piece when you buy it is meant to be sold. There are a lot of pieces by a lot of individuals that when you buy it, you're either going to have that for a while because it turns into something. There's an epic utility coming forth from a certain thing to, there's a reason to have it. And then there's art for art base. Like if you buy a Picasso, you're buying that to own it, And I feel like that it's really interesting to look at all the different projects going on, like the TV show or like musical albums, that there are different NFTs that are to be approached as you're buying it because you want to own it. Not because there's a secondary movement after it's I'm going to listen to this or I'm going to watch this 5 times. I like this. So it's really, I just wanted to project the opinion as one of the creators. Like I don't make art with profit in mind at any point in my personal process, right? So the value that I dictate on it isn't monetary. And it's really interesting to see the community as a whole. They nub value directly with any kind of profit or money.
Yeah.
And I look at, like, when we look at value plays, deep value plays, the extent of what that means, you might have only one position. But in 3 years, when the research comes true, and hats off to that kitten, there's reason for the research, and there's other reasons to own things other than the actual money side. Like, as an artist, I want to state it factually that if somebody continues in their art career, progresses in a positive manner, art statistically always appreciates. Now, there's no one to dictate when that person passes what they could have achieved or what somebody can do, but it's always good to get to know the devs above getting to know the art, because that will tell you the process on if that artist is there to be around, if they're just there for now, if they're planning long-term endeavors. So that was just the advice I wanted to throw out. And almost it doesn't matter what the project is. Get to know your devs. There should always be an open line of communication in one form of these platforms or another, to where if they're doing something questionable or if they're doing something you don't understand, a quick reach out. Almost everybody's at their computer most of the time working on things. And it's community is what's going to progress this forth. You know, there's a lot of people in here that at the end of the day were like, damn, they rugged hella people. And then there's a bunch of people of us that are sitting around and taking observatory looks in this space to really realize how good and bad players are. You know, shout out to Cyber Crew. Love those guys.
Absolutely.
I mean it wholeheartedly, that the definition of value, when you approach different projects, it might not make sense why something is the way it is, but if you reach out to the creator and ask, like, what are you up to? More than likely, you're going to have an interesting conversation that just adds a true value to what you're purchasing, you know?
Yeah, so I got you. So if you guys don't know, we had this conversation about 3 weeks ago, myself and Always Sad But Truthful, and that's short for ASBT on the marketplace. We were talking about how artists list their pieces and whether they list them to sell or to be looked at and not to sell. You know, there's value in it just looking at the art if you're proud of the art. But like for me, the value that I bring is like when I own a piece of something that I want to have, then I'm going to hold it forever, right? So I have a Kobe Bryant magazine well before he passed. It's like it's very important to me. It might not be worth anything to someone, but it's worth everything to me. So that's what I hold true. It has value to me, right? So I understand where you're coming to with value in a case. Certainly in our marketplace, people are going to find value in certain items. Right now, I'm looking at the MetaBoy program where they release like 1,000 of these, right? And it's there's 1,000 of each, and you can buy them for $50 right now, guys. I don't know what the price is going to be on these. I know they're going to go through the roof. It's the ordinary Adam MetaBoy. It's the Froggy MetaBoy, the Reporter MetaBoy, Rockstar MetaBoy, Monkey MetaBoy, and then the GameStop one that's already through the roof at $455. So if you bought these at $50, what are they going to be worth? Right? What's the value of them? Are you trying to flip them? Are you trying to get rid of them? Or are you trying to hold them forever because you're a huge fan? Like those are the things that we're valuing and we're weighing as we do this. But I hear your underlying factor there. Always sad. You know I always do. You're awesome for it. You know that a guy was trying to reach you. This is the best part about it. I DM'd you, and a guy's trying to reach you about selling your product, right? Selling your art. And I know damn well the way you feel about it. It's not about pushing out the art. It doesn't come out that way. We're not trying to get it one piece at a time. So
yeah. I'm an interesting individual because I'm one of the few. I formed a thesis. I have my own opinion on current said and future events,
yep.
And I am personally, I'm following my own thesis. I mean, to be honest, you know, OTC to blockchain exchange. Pretty honest, I wrote that last August 2021. It's on the Reddit thing. Anyway, I followed that accordingly. Because if I'm the chairman, I'm watching people DRS, what are you going to do for all the investors that are not on Reddit or not following anything social? They're just putting their head down, going to work. The iron workers, you know, the plumbers, people that are working 80-hour weeks because they have to right now. How do you cover them? You know, there has to be a solution that covers both individuals, like both groups here. Like, okay, these guys have it in their name. This brokerage are going to take a hit, but there's going to be a situation where how do I do this? My personal, I went through all the OTC rules, And I handpicked exactly how it can be done without a board vote, without a shareholder vote. You can go OTC to a blockchain exchange if you can prove stock market collusion. Well, by giving the dividend, eventually we're going to have reports of who received those shares, and they should have went to the big boys first to close their positions. And that accommodation, and that's responsibility and accountability. And that gives reason to leave this shitty ass stock market because we know everything is crime.
Sure.
That's thesis. And I went through and being like, okay, the Twitters went dark. What is that? That's a stock market term. That's not going black. That's going dark. Both Twitters went dark. Is that a joke? And I looked it up. Yeah, there was an actual backing to that thinking. So I've played this game of being like, why would he say that? Why would that change? Why is that? And I've actually found a sound reason to where it's, I placed my hedge correctly. I personally, according to what I'm thinking. But I've also looked at my personal positions, like how do we mechanism if we need reform and change in a domino establishment. Like personally, for my strategy, I kept them where they were. Like if it's in a shitty position, yeah, there's potential for them to go bye-bye. But my personal thought is, how did we receive a margin call if there's no positions under their control? The thesis in February 21 is that there was a domino of effect because of a margin call to a little guy, because there's 5 little guys under a clearinghouse, and that was Apex. They ran all the phone apps.
Yeah.
And so when we look at that, how do you receive a margin call if all the shares are removed? According to the idea of a margin call, it honestly, why would I move these? If they're doing yearly rollouts on their shorts or yearly rollouts on call manipulations, either one, they need the equity open to be able to shuffle these things around. And if there's that much more margin requirement, what was it, 350% at this point? If that was all in their original positions, would they have had the money this year if they didn't have the money last year?
No, I don't know what they're pumping, right? I mean, they're pumping 2 stocks right now like you've never seen a day in your life, right? But we saw crypto hit all-time lows this year. So I just don't know if they're sitting on cash or if they're going to cover. But, it doesn't even matter to me. And I don't look in that deep into it. You know that, always said. I'm always about the fundamentals
Honestly,
on that end.
Grand defaults in a few months. And if it truly defaults, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
If it actually does, then those are leveraged bonds that won't be on our books. And that, in my opinion, is what I'm looking at. Like, I'm here long,
Yeah.
If it takes another year, big deal. I'm still here.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. I think we've all established that we're going to be here longer than whatever it takes. What he's talking about is the collateral debt. So you have to have a collateral. You have to have a long for the short, and their long right now is Chinese stocks. If they do fall through. And how do we know that? Do we know that for certain? Well, we just keep looking at trends. And they're long on something. They've been long on a lot of things. And they'll eventually figure it out. But as far as GameStop goes in the marketplace, you keep doing your part, always said. I think you're doing a great job. I love your pieces.
I'm dropping a collection right now. It's funny you're saying that.
Well, that's awesome. You drop that collection. We'll go look at it. ASBT, guys, on Twitter. Yes, he's on Twitter right now. Always have a truthful. But he's also on the NFT marketplace. And I want to thank you personally. I know I've done it before, but I want to thank you for sponsoring my YouTube channel with the great artwork that you've given, whether it be Ordinary Atom cards and or the Meta Boys and everything else that we've given away. You're extremely gracious and grateful, and I thank you for all that, sir. And we're grateful for you. So, and all my guys out there on YouTube, they're out there saying hi to you as well right now. So there you go, because I'm live on there as well. So thank you so much, though. Always said, I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, always said, if we have you for a few more minutes, I wanted to actually ask you about your philosophy on pricing right now. I know you had some tweets, going around a couple weeks back, just kind of gauging the public. And I see this collection that's come out, Visions, which is absolutely beautiful. And I see how, compared to some of the other pieces, it's, there may be more for sale, it might be cheaper. And so I just want to hear, your philosophy on on pricing, because I think you have an interesting take on things.
Oh, I wish I was prepared for this. Let me drink water.
Oh, I thought you said let me drink
Fred
more.
put you on the spot.
I was ready for him to drink more. I was like, he's gonna drink something else.
To be honest, it's been a really interesting of a learning experience entering this crypto space. This year, end of last year, this year, I'm new to it. So I really misjudged how big crypto whales are and how all the rest of us are. Like, there's some people that can move mountains, and then the rest of us, we're kind of just getting by. And that seems to be the trend that I've noticed personally. Everyone around me, we're all kind of in the same boat. We're just hanging on, and we are where we are. We come here every day and do this stuff. The scheme, though, was that in the time that it's taken me, the 6 months, to learn this craft, execute it, be able to create it while still progressing, this has cost me money, right? Like it literally cost me what I had saved up, around 8 or 10 grand. If I don't know which, I'd have to really look. I just did that math the other day, going, no way, man, that's what it's cost me.
Are you talking about like the design programs you may have purchased to make your art?
This is, rendering all day on a laptop has cost a laptop. Currently it's dead. So like hardware, electrical, me actually paying for the space to have this in, the actual cost to do what I'm doing as a craft. I broke that down essentially in 6 months. Here's how much it costs per minute. Here's how much it costs per hour. Let's figure all this out. And it in the end, what I had priced everything for was with $100 per day on top of that to accumulate for minimum wage. As if I was going to go to work and it didn't cost me this to do this, what would I have earned? Around $65 a day where I am. So I had just done the math on a point blank basis and then doubled it. And that was my thinking. To be honest, I know what I'm putting into these informationally. It's all sacred geometry. It's all by feel, color harmonics. Like, it spent a lot of time just to sit here and make things for the sake of making things. It was fun. But the hardest part of the entire process for me personally was trying to figure out dollar value when that's not why I made them. And especially in a space to where I don't understand the true crypto evaluations at the moment. Because you see all these little 10,000th of a penny things, they're going to the moon. Like, there's people that are profiting. Like, I just don't understand how much validity to other people's currency there is. What's other people's market caps? Because I'm broke. I had to borrow money to mint to be able to do my process, to be honest. Which I'm completely grateful. It's been a blessed journey of being able to enter a space and really give it my full efforts and not really having it to enter. Like, everything costs money. If you're trying to get by in a van, well, that doesn't cost so much. If you're trying to sit here and have a rental space and actually be a creator, yeah, it's the time involved in creating. I'm not doing landscaping or whatever job may supplement that income. So it's really interesting to look at. If it cost me 10 grand for 6 months, that's 20 grand a year off top, and to break that down in the hourly and go, well, what do I need to actually have what I want? Like, what, 10 grand a year? Am I trying to get a car in my first year? So 20 grand maybe? To actually have realistic valuations of entering the career space, not just Web3 space. And honestly, I really felt like there was a lot of people telling me that I was properly priced, but we're all broke. So when I lowered anything that I did lower to where it is, or what I view it as, it's because I really understand that, just like me, you guys, everybody, we're all pretty broke right now. Ken and friends have all of our funds. And until these secondary things outside of NFTs are fruitful, that patience is required, and then we'll all have whatever the hell we want to do whatever we want with in this space, especially according to my thesis. I think that everything gets moved over. So I figure that I'm in a stage of price discovery, especially having creations that I don't know how to equate their financial value, because I don't attribute value to finance at all. The time I spent with my grandma before she passed, you can't buy that. There's value there. So we have discrepancies on what value is. Money can't buy you value. Money can't call value anywhere in the terms of profit. Like, value is my time with my mom when I was 2 years old and she looked me in the eye. There's value there. And I say it wholeheartedly, not any kind of negative or attacking, but I have a extreme different definition on what value is. And in terms of profit off what I'm doing, I think everything's priced for like $40K total right now. It's just enough for me to go to the next step. If I can float myself and progress, I'm happy. That's it. The next step for me, I've got some holograms on the way from Looking Grass Factory. The art that's being produced now is what it is. I'm making holograms. So as soon as this art actually, if anybody actually picked anything up by now, it's a meager first step to the next step. Like, the goal is to give my own personal approach to having one-of-one digital art and actually figuring out my own spot in the space. I went through a big hassle because things were priced certain ways, and I learned if you lower other pieces' prices, it adjusts what the floor is. Now, as I've only had one person purchase from a certain collection, I viewed his opinion as very valid. And I tried to understand. I was like, I didn't rug you. I didn't do this to take value from you. I don't understand. And to him, that difference in price is the lack of value. And I said, but you should be buying this to own it. Like, once you own it, then I don't understand why the number matters. Like, my perception is different. Like, I don't view value financially,
Correct.
And that, I live very minimal. If I'm getting by, I'm grateful. It's okay. I don't need a Lambo, I'd much rather have a couple sheep. Those things would be fun to play with. Maybe a goat. They hop around. I want to have, and it's just differing opinions on where value lies. There's value in the time that I'm spending with you guys. You can't buy it. You can't spend it. You can't replace it. Your time is spent where you choose, and when it's spent valuably, there's value in how you spent it. We're living life right now, and that's, to me, the penultimate goal is making sure that we're all going to make it. There's people around us that you'll see, and I'm learning very quickly, being a creator in the space, of what offends people and their opinion of values. And I don't mean any of this negative. I'm sorry if it sounds strange, but it's learning how to appropriately learn what I am doing while allowing those that are going to purchase these in expectation that I'm going to keep going and they will appreciate, of learning how to allow them to exist in my own space too, while having a different meaning than that. Because I just want to make art. Art is art, and when it's made for the beauty of art, that's art. And if somebody's making art for any other intention, is it as beautiful as it could have been? I think I honestly said that perfectly. And my intention is to make creations that are as beautiful as I'm capable of making in the current time space. I'm continually going to adapt and gain new skills and progress, but for the time frame that certain piece was created, to me, it contains elements of beauty and certain informational structure to where there's more value in what the art is than in anything else that I could have spent my time on.
It will show up in, the obvious difference in quality between work of different artists too. Like you can always tell work that was made quickly for commercial purposes versus something that is a passion project that, the artist was feeling, very, a certain way about and put their heart and soul into something. And you can see that with like some of these collections that are obviously like very meaningful. They have a theme. They all work together. It's coming from a personal place for the artist versus I do see a lot of discombobulated stuff that's thrown together as well in order to make a buck. A lot of artists are doing stuff just for practice, and that's cool too. But definitely always said your work kind of stands apart, and the passion and the interest in your philosophy is quite apparent in your work itself.
Yeah,
And it stands out compared to other stuff.
judgment towards anyone around me. To be honest, it's such a fun and beautiful time to be surrounded by the people that I am, and to watch them be more focused on their art careers.
And I am speaking generally, though. I'm not saying it's you versus others on the marketplace. I'm saying like when someone's passionate, it shows.
Impressed with the level of dedication of the artists around me on this marketplace. Like, we do communicate. There is a community of creators, and it's really beautiful to be a part of it, because it's become a hub of individuals that want to become better at what they do. And all of us have acquired different skills throughout this time of trying to progress, and it's become a melting pot of just pure creativity. Especially when watching people work with other people, and to see what the two minds come up with is, that they mix some skills, and there's a couple varying conversations on, well, how we could do this, well, we could do that too, and everybody progresses extremely quick, it seems, and according to my perspective. It's really entertaining to watch.
I'm going to speak on that for a second, because I'm going to cut in really quick, only because you said one thing that touched my heart, and then I'll talk about the creative process next. But the part that touched me was where you said, the amount of time people put in is the value, or you find value in that time, and you can't get that back. I sacrifice as much as I can for, whatever my wife will let me do, whatever my kids will let me get away with, and my job as well, my career. But I don't want it back, right? Like, I don't need anybody to come rub me on the back and be like, oh, thank you so much for that. It's more along the lines of the ones that do, I'm appreciative of it, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. Like, we're all in the same space. We're all growing together, and it's no different than hanging out at a water cooler. It's no different than going to the bar and hanging out with friends and having a drink or two, and all in recreation. Like, this is a good time to be alive. It's the best time to be an investor. But I'm going to tell you the difference for me, like when I think about you creators, right, you artists, the part that's progression that I see is someone like Peppered and someone like Choice. So like Choice is in the chat right now, Choice NFTs, and Pepper with Salt. These two guys are making NFTs that please the world, right? They bring a smile to people's faces that people want to grasp. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the GameStop marketplace per se. That's the big leagues. This is major leagues. This is AAA, AA, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It's the sport itself, the art itself brings me joy. Peppered with Salt did a whole collection that he put together. I just got it in my wallet yesterday, this morning. I don't remember when, but those are NFTs that I'll never part with. Like, I literally will never part with because they speak to me. I still have Choice's NFTs in my wallet right now. I can show them on my screen that I have not given away, that I choose not to give away because they're like a beginning part of time in this Web 3.0 space. Just like Joey's NFTs. I have his first ones before he was ever partnered up with anyone. It's just one of those things where I look at everyone's progressing in this space, and the pieces that I choose to keep tell the story. So I'm forever grateful for each and every one of you guys. And ASBT, you know the way I feel about you. You've helped me tenfold. You don't even know it. You do it without even talking. And you reaching out, and you sent me a DM, and you're like, hey, Marantz, here's how I support you. Here's what I got for you. Like, that was big to me, dude. That was, I'm gonna give you this example. That was a month ago, 3 weeks ago. And that has brought such a change and momentum to what I do. And in the way I'm trying to, you were my third interview You were my third interview on launch day creator interviews or launch creator interviews for GameStop. We're up to 23 on the next one. We've done 20 after you, and that was in a 3-week period. Like we're grabbing them all. We're like Pokemon. But for me to you, it's the biggest deal, and I really appreciate that. I just want to tell you thank you, and that's where I choose to put my time, and that's the value I put in it, is with you guys. So I appreciate everything, guys.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Oh, you know it. Hey, before we keep going on, I know we pulled up Choice, but Jeeps has been here. What's up, Jeeps and Shepherds? How you doing?
Hey guys, I just wanted to come up and one, say hey and talk to, always sad but truthful. I wanted to tell him how much I appreciated those 6 extra pieces that he put up. He put it 6 pieces at a very attractive price point so that just about anybody who wants them can get them. And I had a question because I have seen some of the new stuff that he's doing on Discord. I love the perception piece. And I just wondered if that is the direction he's now going to be going in, is the holograms that are just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's honestly that platform that I was able to put those on. It's by a company called Looking Glass Factory. And they're making these light ray displays. It's really neat stuff. It's like Back to the Future on your desk. It's maybe how thick is this? About 2 inches thick, but it gives you like 12 inches of depth. NVIDIA used to have these 3D monitors called 3D Vision. It really reminds me of that stuff. And that thing that you were talking about is called the Glass Blocks platform. They just came out with that. I'm fortunate enough to be, they kind of like what I'm doing, so I got their attention, and I'm blessed to be on that platform. And what that is I don't know how to share that website's technology to NFTs. Like, I'd have to talk to a dev to really understand how they're programming that. But it allows what you see on that web page, that hologram is actually what I'm designing in 3D software. But I get to use the actual hologram to see it, and then that website's about the best way that I get to show people with normal devices.
So really quick, I'm going to jump in. If you guys want to know what he's talking about, okay, and those of you that are looking on YouTube and or in the chat, if you're just in the chat right now, I have the video, brother. So let me see. It's right here. These are they look like pictures, right? Like picture frame, whatever, but they're 3D rendered images inside of it. It's like a real life hologram. I can't explain it, but he has them, and it's art that he's been working on. I'm showing it right now. It's like, it looks like a frame, like you said, like 2 inches, but yeah, definitely depth within it, and they're actual. Well, you can own a hologram.
It's like Back to the Future. Like, if you remember when it went to the future and it showed the hoverboard and it had that big picture of the woman above the water or wherever she was, there was a big hologram in that scene, and it's like that. Essentially, it's little rays of light that intersect to create a floating pixel. And the way that it performs is, for every angle that you're looking at it, it presents you a different picture. You can go and put 108 different frames into the single picture, and your eyes convert it to an actual depth because your eyes are in a different position from each other. So your eyes are getting 2 different angles of the picture that's being presented at all times, and it gives you a 3D aspect.
That's
it's
awesome.
Really neat stuff.
Yeah, so hey, before we get on with the next guest, I just want to say thank you again. Always have a truthful. You can remain a speaker. You can stay up here. I know you always give out your 2 cents. I appreciate you. We'll be moving on, but before we do that, Diz, I do want to announce the winner of the giveaway. We had that Mario NFT that I did. It was the Wizard Mario Get High, whatever the hell it was. That thing actually went to the only person in this Twitter Spaces call right now that retweeted that tweet that I see here and I also see in YouTube. It's okay. And that's going to be High Rider. What a fitting name for the Mario that's getting high. But congratulations on winning it, High Rider. It went down to you. It's already sent in the mail. I know Dizzy's giving away one as well. So Dizzy's giving away something else. But I did want to make that announcement on the tweet from Robbie Ferguson. If you guys don't know who he is the creator of, or the CEO, the founder, whatever he is, of Immutable X. That's who's partnered up with the gaming portion for GameStop and the IMX token itself. And they say announcing one of Immutable's biggest hires to date next week. So they actually hired someone. He put now hiring on there. So I can imagine who they poached. It wasn't you, Choice. It was somebody else. Choice NFTs, what's going on, brother? Are you going to IMX or am I talking to somebody famous? What's going on?
No, definitely not, man.
I hear you, brother.
But I just want to come up real quick. 'Cause I love this community, man. It's amazing the things that happen. I'm definitely like the walking witness and proof of what everyone can do. Started making stuff on my phone.
Right.
Somebody messaged me and asked how I was doing it. Found out I was doing it on my phone. Sent me a laptop that he didn't use anymore. And I just took off from there, learning Blender. And now we got some of the patterns who helped me get a gaming computer so I can really try to take it up another level. So I mean, it's just, I don't know, they had me in tears over the weekend.
Yeah, I saw it this weekend. They did a fundraiser, and they had pushed it out to my messages. The issue was, while that's going on, I'm working all weekend. So I apologize if I didn't push it out, but I know they hit the goal before they put anything out there. But like I said, I still have your pieces. I'm literally looking at them. I have the alien ones. Remember the ones you used to do with like aliens and the WAGMI gaming ones and the Metacard ones? I still have those.
Yeah.
So I have the old school ones. I'll call them old school because no one else has them but me. And I'll be doing a giveaway when you get up in there. Remember, when you make it, we all make it. That's how we do this whole journey. And once you make it there, man, those things are going to be worth something to somebody, and I'll be sure to give these away. But I've been hanging on to them for a minute, and for good reason. So I appreciate you. How you feeling right now, other than, you had a good weekend?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm feeling good. I'll say it's been a blessing that I didn't get in the initial run.
Right.
Because I'm still learning. And honestly, I get to see what works, what doesn't work.
So are these interactive NFTs? Is that what you cater towards?
Yeah, I tried to do something that I didn't really see a lot of others doing, was making the augmented reality ones and kind of interactive in the wallet. Try to collab and help others.
Well, I'm showing them on YouTube right now. So if people are wondering what it is, it's this right here. This is an interactive Metacard with the GameStop. However, I grab it and I move it around with the mouse. It's mine. It's the CEO Metacard AR. Additionally, you have other ones. I just got gifted another one by Eller. You know who Ellers is? This guy, he makes some crazy stuff too. But I have your stuff here, and I'll be showing it off to the world. We'll keep these going. Like I said, you got to make it, brother. Because if you make it, we all make it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely ain't stopping. Honestly, I feel even more motivated now. I got somewhat of a plan I'm refining, and what I plan to submit the next time I apply to the marketplace. I'm going to continue the UFO thing, and I've got some plans for that.
That's cool. When you make the marketplace, guess who gets to do the interview? I know you do the interviews with Frenchie and everyone else, but I got a spot for you.
No, I haven't done any interviews with anybody.
It's all right.
Anyway.
I'll track you down. I'll find you. But I appreciate you coming into the space either way. Where are you from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. North Kakalaki. Oh, goodness gracious. What part of North Carolina?
I'm around the capital, Raleigh.
Oh, okay. That's more near like Fayetteville and Durham?
Durham. Yeah, it's
Durham?
closer to Durham.
Okay.
2 hours from the beach.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar. I'm familiar with like Lumberton and Fayetteville. Remember, I'm a military guy, so we travel. We used to go up and down, but not bad. I'm not a Duke guy, but I'll watch them. But I'm a West Coast guy, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm not too into the sports, but my cousin was playing for NC State.
That's not
basketball.
bad. Yeah, the Wolves. That's good. That's good. Well, hey, I love your artwork. If anybody wants to reach out to Choice, follow him on Twitter. He's got these up and coming artists, and he's got a lot of good pieces. Obviously, I've had them for a while. Some of my first pieces I ever got, and I've hung on to them this long. So what does that tell you? It's quality work, and one day they'll show up in a raffle. But I got you, bro. Good job. Congratulations on this weekend. It was a great weekend for you. I know. I read all about it.
Oh yeah, appreciate y'all having me up here, and everyone have a good one. I'll drop back down.
No problem, brother. Appreciate you. Hey, guys, listen up. If you're in the chat right now and you want to get up in here and you want to say anything on the mic, you can. We'll pull you up. For a lot of you guys who watch the YouTube channel and you never get a chance to speak, you got Twitter fingers and your warriors on the keyboards. Now's your moment in time to come on up. But we're here for you. We'll be here. I believe Dizzy and I don't know how long Dizzy's going to keep her space open, but like I said, this is the Dizzy and Marantz show. I've been doing this. This is our 4th episode, Dizzy. Did you know that?
We rock.
We rock. Oh man, we try. I don't think people know how hard it is to collab. Always Sad but Truthful has this new walking piece he's doing. Those things are crazy awesome. I'm gonna go click on. Let's see. Are they up and live already? The hall. They're called halls.
That's what I wanted to tell you about, dude. I was just looking at him right now, and I think he dropped them as you were interviewing him.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, dude. Like,
yeah, he said I'm gonna drop them right now. These things are cool as shit.
Dude, they're so dope. I just bought one of each. Like, no lie, I just wanted to get my purchasing done before I told everyone, because like I don't want everyone to beat me to them. But they're
Horsey
so
Hall.
fire.
Look at this thing. Oh man, this guy's gonna make crazy money on this stuff. They walk around. They're tight. Oh, I love this. Hey man, I hope he makes some volume on this. You were here the day he dropped the Rasta Hall. Hopefully it's on mute because I can't be playing no music. But look at this. Yeah, I mean these are cool ass pieces that he just came out with. This is that new artwork he was working on the last 3 weeks. You saw him post a couple of them where he was like, hey, I'm working on this new idea. And I like it. I like it because the hallways are different for every single one. And then the artwork and the shadows and everything you can think of. These are great pieces, man. How many you print? 69 each? Not bad, guys. If you want to be one of the first ones to get in now. They're priced well. You're looking at around $67. Oh, he's not selling this one. This is the Nightshade Hall he's not selling. So I don't see it for sale. It's not yours. But I like it. Maybe it's just not all the way up. Yeah, this is awesome. Oh, this is Ether Hall. This is me and my brother. Me and my twin brother walking through. I like it. Web 3.0 done differently. Okay. I'll take it. Congratulations. That's awesome. Matoshi, that's what you were talking about. And I heard him saying it as we were doing it. So that's cool.
Yeah, check out the Players Hall. It looks like the dude like glows in the dark. It's pretty cool.
Bro, I see Teal Hall, October Hall, Players Hall. Oh, okay, let me check that out. Here's Players Hall. Oh, yeah. With like some neon feet and arms. That's tight. Just don't bring out the black light. We don't want to know what he does on his own. I'll keep him up right there.
There's like a crazy mirrors place in San Francisco. It's just like that. Marantz, you gotta come visit.
I know. Well, first off, you said San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Nah, no, it won't ever happen.
What?
Yeah.
Why, you hate the Bay Area?
No, you already know. They actually pay their homeless people $600 cash a month to stay homeless. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Pelosi, where's your girl at? Your girl's in Taiwan.
There's nice places.
Oh. Hey, I'll fight every homeless person in San Francisco and Portland and Seattle right now. Let's go. The whole Northwest has been put on notice. You guys better look out for me. I'll come through, and I don't mind. Man, you just don't know how. Don't get me started, Diz. Told you, totally different spectrums. We're totally different ends of the world here, right and left. They don't know. They don't know that you can be friends. You don't have to be decisive.
Marantz, you're in trouble right now because we got someone called Foothill Ape requesting, and Foothill is very much a Bay Area name. So.
Oh, is it? Bring him up. He's gonna
Okay.
He's gonna go over the hill on foot. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Bring him in.
I've never talked to this person, so
yeah, you and I both.
Warning you.
You and I both.
Right, let's go. Okay, we're gonna be risky. Okay,
all right, let's do it.
Foothill Ape. Oh my gosh.
Bring up Foothill. My fingers on the mute button right away. Let's go.
Alright,
Foothill, you're up.
I'm gonna run. I just wanted to let you guys know the collection was up. But
I love it, Atashi. I appreciate you, bro, so much. You know that.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Oh, Foothill left.
No, Foothill was just here. He just connected. What the hell? I gave Foothill a chance, bro. Foothill. Naming himself Foothill Ape. He couldn't just be like normal. Let me tell you, there's nothing good going on in San Francisco. Maybe Steph Curry and the boys, that's about it. But other than that, I couldn't tell you. I've been there once. I went through the airport there. And before I flew across the world that was flat, I went to Korea and I was like, all right, 15 hours to get there.
Hold up, Marantz. You live in California and you've been to the Bay Area only once?
Once in my life. Are you kidding?
Oh,
I've lived in California.
No wonder you have all these silly opinions.
Yeah, I've been to the beach.
Proper.
I've been to the beach like 6 times in my whole life. And I'm talking about between East Coast Beach and West Coast Beach and even Korea Beach. No, I don't go to the beach. I don't go anywhere. Dude, listen, I stay home, Diz. I save my money and I save my time for battle. I'm ready to go to war at any time. I might be the only guy that walks around town hoping and wishing an invasion would happen the minute I'm walking by. Like, I literally go into businesses, and like, I'm at McDonald's, right? Like, I'm standing at the counter, and I'm like, all right, guys, I hope we get robbed right now. I hope it's that dude right there in the hoodie because I'm ready to go. Like, that's how my mind works, girl. I am Jason Bourne, but the talking one. I'm not the quiet Jason Bourne. I'm the outgoing, charismatic Jason Bourne. I walk around like, hi, and I'll just murder you. Just, all right, let me kill somebody real quick. Just because I don't know. I don't have aggression or anything. I'm not a bad guy. I'm looking for that. But like Rico's different, right? Like my brother Rico, he's different. Rico goes around hitting shoulders. Like he'll take out your shoulder when he walks by you, and then he'll be like, "What are you looking at?" Like that's that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm not likes to fight guy, but I wish a mass shooting would break out right in front of me, so I can just end it. And I'll be like, "I told you guys, guns aren't the problem. It's the people. I'm gonna kill this person right now." Like that's just the way it goes down. I'm different though. But San Francisco used to be amazing, like in the late 80s and 90s. Sad to see what it's become. Yeah, I mean, I heard Portland's pretty bad. I heard Frisco's bad.
But you're always like seeing the bad news. You're seeing news from like Civic Center area, but you're not seeing like the beautiful sunsets, you know? Like
no, I'm not.
So like, there's a lot of cool art stuff always going on in SF. Like the world's best, illustrators and designers.
Disney, I grew up in this area where I'm at, right? We go to Los Angeles, and they'll tell you, "Hey, don't go to Skid Row. Like, stay out of Skid Row. It's not made for you. It's not built for you." And you'll be like, "All right. Like, well, could I go there now? Hell yeah, I could go there now. Am I afraid to go there now? No, I'm not afraid. Because I'm a grown-ass man. I'll walk through the streets. Here's the problem. I'd rather go see Newport Beach, Santa Monica Beach. I'd rather go to Huntington Beach. I'd rather go have a good time elsewhere. And in San Francisco, there's nothing. You name me one good part of town, and maybe I'll go. Maybe, for a day? For an hour? What's that street where the Full House was filmed? There's nothing I would do. There's not, because everything costs money, and it's expensive up there. Oh, hell no. Hell, I would be right there like this. That cup of coffee is a share of GameStop. Oh, hell no. What's this? That sandwich is a share of GameStop. Everything I do would be a share of GameStop. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
I just think you need like a local to show you around. So bring the family, and then you'll get like a
hell no. Bring the family. The hell is going to cost me even more? Yeah. I gotta feed the kid, the wife.
We're off topic.
I don't care. This is who we are. If you guys don't like us, I apologize. This is who we are. But I don't think people have a problem.
This is why we say we're the odd couple.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Marantz, obviously, you're only okay with online artists because when it comes to in-person artists, you don't want to come here and visit us.
Oh, let me tell you something. I go to the swap meet all the time. What are you talking about? I go to the swap meet and I see these crazy people with their metal art trying to sell it to me. And I go, do you know about NFTs? So I met this girl, right? And I didn't meet her. Like, I've known her for like 15 years. And she's a real artist, okay? And she's about art. And when I say real artist, not to say that NFT artists are not real. I'm just saying she's like one of these who does physical art. So what does she do to pass the time and make money? She does paint night. So she'll host a paint night and invite everyone over, like 20, 30 people, and she'll host a paint. Everybody to drink wine and paint, whatever it may be, all these people. So finally she's going through some stuff and I was like, hey, do you want to make money off your art? And she's like, yeah, I want to make money off my art. I was like, well, then you should really get into the NFT marketplace for GameStop. And she's like, how do I mint? Like, because I was explaining to her, I go, you got to mint the pieces and you got to do this to upload an NFT. And she's like, oh, I want to learn. And I was like, okay, cool. And she's like, so how do I mint? And I go, I don't know. It's like, I don't know anything. I just buy the shit. I don't know how to. I just trade it. I just give it away for free. I don't know how to mint. And then Pepper tells me today, he's like, bro, it's not that bad. I'll just show you how to do it. So not that I'm ever racing. I don't want to. Right? I have enough on my plate, Diz. Oh, I have enough on my plate. I don't want to be on the marketplace like that. I'd rather just talk about it all day. But I'll definitely go to San Diego if you ever want to hang out there. There's an arts district there. It was gross. But Frisco, man, I couldn't. No way. No, you couldn't pay me, bro. After I found out what Barry Bonds was doing.
I have a mission. I have a mission now to convince Marantz to visit SF and change his mind.
Absolutely.
So that's that. When I put my mind to something, though, it's gonna happen. And
yeah. Unless you're gonna like, kidnap me and pay for the gas or pay for the plane ticket, there's no way. No way.
We'll see.
I got an ex-girlfriend who lives up there. It'll be scary. My wife will be like, "Where are you going?" Like, baby, I'm not going over there. I'm going to San Jose. I heard Frisco's like San Jose. That's where I'm going. So anyway, Oakland.
San Jose's cool too.
No, God, said no one ever. Anyway.
I mean, not compared to SF. Like SF is way cooler. But
so I'm gonna get back to the point really quick for the guys out here in the chat, in the channel, guys. Obviously, AMC's coming out with some earnings calls real soon. In 2 days, they're gonna pounce, as they say. I gave away my free NFT. If you guys aren't familiar, I gave that away to High Rider. It was a nice one. I know, Dizzy, you have one to give away. Am I eligible to win your NFT?
No.
No? Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know that.
Sorry, because I already have a winner.
Oh, great. Who's your winner? Announce.
My winner is Jeeps and Shepherds.
Oh, Jeeps and Shepherds, the greatest grandmother in the world. I don't know if she's grandmother.
Yep.
So sweet. And you can just call me Jeeps. Everybody calls me Grandma Jeeps or Jeeps.
There you go.
One of those is fine.
Well, Jeeps, congratulations. You won. I don't know. It seemed kind of rigged to me.
She likes purple.
Yeah, it seemed rigged to me, but I'll take it that way.
And one thing, I had to make sure that whoever was going to win, that they were going to share the GameStop Wallet address with me. That was my one condition, and she has a GameStop Wallet, and I'm sending it over right now.
I love that. I love that so much. Hey, guys, I just want to congratulate everyone who came through today. We had about 4 NFT artists from the marketplace come through. We had plenty of information spread around as far as how the minting process is handling, how we're handling that, what we have to look forward to. Don't forget, next Wednesday is that CPI number that's come out. Give you a good indication of what the market's going to do. Currently, we had a bounce back month on the market, and now we have a new month in front of us. So I'm appreciative. I'm excited. I'm all of the above. But just remember, no champagne, no underwear. That would be the true mark of a recession. Right now, people are still popping champagne, and men, well, unfortunately, they're not buying underwear. So it's actually great. I love everybody. Diz, on that note, I am going to get going. I don't know if we had any more speakers come up. I know Diamond just showed up, so I apologize. Inkless, you're here, brother. I appreciate you. And I know Choice is still here in the chat. A shout out to everybody who came through. Tide A, you're here. If you guys don't see Tide A right there, he actually makes some NFTs. I appreciate him as well. Sponsored out some pieces. KN is here. And who's Johnny? Who is Johnny? I just don't know. But I appreciate you guys so much. Guys, pay attention. Earnings week, that's what we're at right now. Robinhood, like I said, down. PayPal up. And Airbnb down, but they're doing a buyback. So they'll be okay. Guys, $48 is the number. We agreed. If GameStop can get to $48, that's what everyone should be happy with, because that would make you eligible for the S&P 500. And that's a good point to start. And that's what I'm going to do. But you have anything for me, Diz, before I get out?
Yeah, quick announcement. So, Iculus is going to be hosting a Game Bring call a bit after this. I think he's just wrapping up work, and then so he'll be hosting a call in about an hour, so make sure you catch that. Follow Iculus on Twitter if you're not following him yet. And so that should be a good time, and he's always giving away NFTs, so yeah.
Let me say that really quick. So Iculus is an artist who has gifted the Peanut set to the channel. To the Marantz crew over here, additionally to everyone in the chat. This guy makes NFTs, but they also give them away. It's game night. They go ahead and they roll some dice and they do some stuff. I will tell you this, and I say this candidly as hell. If you want to kill your phone and you want to kill your battery, that's the place to go hang out. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a lot of laughs and jokes, and everyone's going to have a good time doing it. He's a good host. Just know, bring your battery packs, bring your fanny packs. If you're Lou versus Wall Street, just plug right into that ankle monitor that you have, fat boy. But either way, This guy's got a great stream going. I appreciate everybody, guys. I really do. I will be live tomorrow. You know how it goes. I will be on YouTube. Twitter giveaways will be going on tonight. I have a crazy. I don't know if you're watching right now. Are you watching on YouTube? I have a crazy piece right now, and I want to show it to you because it just came through, and I'm going to be giving it away tonight. So right here, it's the Frost Giant, Cyberdad number 1411 from Ellers, and it's a new one. It's a mint that he just did. This is top of the line shit right here. It's a special NFT dividend giveaway. So a dividend giveaway. What the hell? This NFT that I'll be giving around. So he sent me them.
It's cool.
And I'm going to get them to you guys. It's going to be free. You guys know the way it works. If you like, you retweet, and you follow, and you drop a wallet, you've got a chance. You don't even have to follow. Just like, retweet, and drop a wallet. Same thing happens here for this show. If you guys were here today and you actually liked or retweeted the stream, you are eligible for anything that I give away, and I'll always remember who you are. I keep track of everybody's name. I'm crazy. And thank you guys so much for the time. And Dizzy, thank you again for hosting a great space. I appreciate you, Diz.
Thank you, Marantz. This was a lot of fun, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
See you next time.
Absolutely. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. Peace.
See ya, millionaires. Bye.
All right, guys. That's me. And that's the show. If you guys didn't understand what the hell we were talking about, I'll be giving away free stuff all night. I got to get going. Got to clean the house. Do my thing. Appreciate you guys on the video screen. Peace.